here at FPAC, the Festival of Philippine Arts and Culture here in MacArthur Park in Los Angeles. This is Camper Snap Sessions. I'm Danny Bernardo, your host for this session, and with us is actual royalty. We've got JayR, the queen, King of R&B.
What's good?
Yeah, and his queen, Mica Javier.
Hi.
Yay!
Thanks for having us.
Oh, thanks for being here, you guys.
This is such a cute setup.
It really is, right? If you want a fan, it's too hot. You can put mine yourself. We can take a road trip. Yeah. So, how do you guys feel about being at FPAC this year?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
First of all, because it's the first time, in 5 years that it's happening?
Yeah,
right?
It's been a minute. I mean, the pandemic definitely put a damper on a lot of stuff.
But it's my first time being here for FPAC.
That's so awesome.
We actually just moved to LA from the Philippines post-pandemic.
Culture
so this
shock.
is super exciting for us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How you feel?
too. No, I was just waiting for you to finish, but FPAC is always dope because it's the biggest. It's one of the biggest festivals for Filipinos, right?
Yeah.
And I've performed at a couple of FPACs, and there's always like a sea of people, and it's so exciting just being here and just knowing that the Filipino community is always supportive of the arts.
Yeah. Now, how was the move from the Philippines to here for you guys? Was it very jarring? Was it just nice and welcoming here in Los Angeles?
Well, it's pretty easy. I mean, I was born and raised out here, but my family's here, so we're just spending time and being close to the family. You know, after pandemic, it was just like a long time just being away from them. So, you know, we're just taking that time now, being with the fam.
I mean, especially LA, it's the best place to be. Filipino American.
Yeah, I think I'm super lucky that JayR knows LA so well. So I feel like I assimilated to the city very, very quickly. But I think, so I've lived in New York before, and of course Manila. So I think LA is a good in-between between the two big cities. So it's really nice to be here. Weather's beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Even with the heat today, it's still like really nice. So
Yeah.
But what I'm really interested in, because you came up in the Philippines, you're born here, and then you really got your feet wet here, and then you just blew up in the Philippines. Like, what was that like to just like reach that level of stardom there?
Well, it was shocking to me because it just kind of just like happened so fast.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it was very satisfying because before that, I was getting turned down at all the record labels out here. You know, when they see me when I walk into their office and they see that I'm Asian, they're like, "Dang, you're Asian? You just sent us a CD. We thought you're like black or something, or like white or something, not Asian." And you know, they just tell me that there's no market for Asians. And I mean, I went into like multiple record labels, like major record labels. But so I finally decided to try the Philippines. And, you know, me being Filipino, it's like they're totally accepted. They totally accepted me. Plus, I had like a little, you know, like LA swag. You know, so
Yeah.
I guess it was like the perfect time for me. And it just happened so naturally. And I wouldn't change a thing. I met my wife out there in the Philippines,
I was gonna
you
say.
know?
I mean, you walked out with the ultimate prize, like the best thing could happen to you, and that's your talent was your talent. It wasn't like, oh, he's Filipino. It's like you're talented, and you got recognized for that.
Thanks.
So yeah. How did you guys meet? How'd you guys
Go take over.
Yeah.
Okay, so my start of my journey was it's backwards from what his was.
Oh,
so I
interesting.
went to school in New York. I went to NYU for college, pursued my music in New York. I was working with, you know, some producers in New York that were trying to develop other non-white, non-black artists. So of course Asian, like I was trying to represent Philippines, but it didn't quite work out for me. I was sent back home to the Philippines due to my work visa issues. So I didn't get kicked out. It was just a time.
They just escorted her to the plane.
They were like, you know, your time in New York is up. Go back to your roots and figure out who you are. Like
that is the best way to, yes.
Right? Like
exactly.
figure out, because I traveled a lot growing up, and I was kind of thrown into different cultures growing up, being like a third culture kid. And so when I moved back home, I kind of was not Filipino enough, and I was speaking more English than Tagalog. I had to relearn Tagalog. And then I met him, and at the time I had all this original music that I was really planning to release and had no idea how. All the labels in the Philippines were kind of into covers at the time. So when I met JayR, we just clicked. We wrote a song together, which became the first song that I released professionally. It was a duet called Tonight. And then we just started working together, and the love story kind of followed suit because,
Oh, that's great.
chemistry's there, and we just kind of went with it.
Well, you both have like fish out of water stories. You know what I mean? It's like you're in cultures that are telling you you're not one thing or the other.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like just a nice kindred, kind of
Kindred spirits, yeah.
I mean, because my experience is very similar. I mean, we're both 25, so yeah, 25,
I'll take that.
yeah.
I'll take that.
But yeah, it's like coming up when we were coming up. I got the "You're too tall to be an Asian" on TV. So, because we're both the same height too, like we're both pretty tall, and you're too white, you're not Asian enough. So it's really interesting for you guys to come back now, in this time, where our community is exploding. How does that feel to see, Filipinos on the big screen, hearing Filipinos all over the radio? How does that feel?
Well, it's like what Lizzo said. It's about damn time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In a minute, I'm gonna need a Filipino on all the big screens.
No, it's cool because it's not about like now music or even acting, like movies and television series. It's like it's not about age. It's not about color. It's just about if you're good or not, and that's what's important. And I think that's why we're kind of like we're striving right now, and it's not. There's no boundaries anymore.
I love that too because I mean, even in the Philippines, so in TV in the Philippines, my experience when I started out as an actress was my skin tone, being morena, wasn't as accepted on,
wow.
In the Philippines on screen. And I was so proud and happy to have gotten a few roles that kind of celebrated that like natural morena skin tone because, I mean, we're from the islands. We're going to be brown.
Hi.
Like this is a natural skin tone for a lot of Filipinos, and it's nice to see coming here that it's like there are younger people that are pushing for who we are and what we look like, and there's so many different looks of what a Filipino looks like, right?
Brown is beautiful.
Yeah, and not just brown, like whatever tone you are, it's nice that there's acceptance and representation now more than ever before, I think.
Yeah.
So it's a great step forward.
It's a great time. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys tonight.
Thanks, we're excited.
Yeah. So definitely, where can we follow you? What's next for you guys? Do you have any projects coming up?
Yeah, I mean, we're always working on new music,
Yeah.
both of us, and I mean, Mica got a bunch of all your like.
I actually
television
oh
series.
my gosh, so I just came from the screening of the first film that I've been part of here in LA.
What was it?
It's called Time Pirates, and it's coming out on Tubi in September.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
So it's like the stars are this rock band on TikTok, and they're a family of 6 siblings, and they're huge on TikTok. So they made a film about their music, and I have a small role in it. But hey, it's
You're
my first
in it. You're
film
in it.
in LA, and it's gonna be on Tubi.
There are no
So
small
that's
roles,
coming out
girl.
soon.
So make sure to follow her so you can check it out. What's your social
Yes,
media?
follow me on
It's Space Pirates, you said?
Time Pirates.
Time Pirates, okay.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at Mica, Mica, and Dareal Mica, Dareal Mica, on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, everything else.
Yeah.
So, everything that we're doing, we're always updating on social media. So please connect with us there.
Yeah. And what about you, JayR?
Yeah, for sure. We're always doing shows, so please check out my social media. I might be in your side of the world. And we'll be we're launching a tour with my bro Chris Lawrence. We're gonna be doing a Soul Brothers tour in November, so watch out for that. Follow me, R&B JayR. That's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Kumu, YouTube, whatever. It's all of that.
Venmo.
Follow me.
Patreon, dude. All right, thank you guys so much for spending time with us. I cannot wait to see you guys out there tonight.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. Thanks for having us.
Oh my gosh, thank you for taking the time. Yeah. Oh, thank you. And my friends, we are officially signing off on this session. To find out more about Film Arts, visit filmartsla.org. And to find out more about Camper Snaps, visit sessions.campersnaps.com. Mabuhay!